Hello everyone, I am Jyotsna and today we are going to read a chapter from class 9 Beehive, that is Kathmandu. Well, Kathmandu chapter is actually an extract taken from Vikram Seth's travelogue, and that is Heaven Lake. In this extract particularly, Vikram Seth talks about Kathmandu. Vikram Seth is an Indian poet and novelist. He is the recipient of various awards, right from Sahitya Academy Award to Padma Shri and many more. Here in this extract, he talks about the different places he visits in Kathmandu. In particular, he visits two places of worship. One is a Hindu shrine and another one is a Buddhist shrine. He compares the two and finds the contrast between both these places in terms of a lot of noise and confusion in the former one and serenity in the latter one. He also makes a few aesthetic remarks about flute and the music that comes out of it. He gives us a glimpse of Kathmandu, its busy streets and markets. We feel that we are there with him because the description is a vivid one. So let's begin with the chapter. Before you read, we have a question, that is, do you like traveling? The writer Vikram Seth enjoys it very much. In his book Heaven Lake, he describes a long journey from China to India via Tibet and Nepal. Second point is, have you heard of places like Ajmer Sharif, Madurai, Sanchi, Varanasi, Sarnath or Helibid? Can you name some other places like these? Last is, what do the surroundings of a holy place in your city look like? Think about it as you read Vikram Seth's description of Kathmandu. With this last point in mind, let's begin with two places that Vikram Seth goes to and what he observes, feels and sees. So let's begin with the travelogue excerpt from the travelogue Heaven Lake. Vikram Seth begins with, I get a cheap room in the center of town and sleep for hours. The next morning, with Mr. Shah's son and nephew, I visit the two temples in Kathmandu that are most sacred to Hindus and Buddhists. So he begins with saying that once he comes to this place, he finds a cheap room that is in the center of town and he decides to sleep for hours. That shows that he was exhausted, and since he had a long journey, obviously that took a toll on him and he needed rest. And he slept for hours. The next morning, he went to visit two temples most sacred to Hindus and Buddhists. There he went with some known people, or they were some acquaintances. They were Mr. Shah's son and nephew. Probably they were the ones who took him around because he, not being a native of this place, wouldn't know a lot. So they were there for company to Vikram. And he goes to two temples. So the first one is at Pashupatinath. So this is the name of the first temple that is sacred to Hindus, where he goes with Mr. Shah's son and nephew. It says at Pashupatinath, outside which a sign proclaims entrance for the Hindus only, there is an atmosphere of febrile confusion, that at the entrance of Pashupatinath there is a sign which proclaims, that is, it makes the knowledge public or official. Whatever is there on the sign is public or official, and it says that the entrance inside the temple is strictly for Hindus only. Probably they wanted to maintain the sanctity of the religion and the religious place, and hence entry was barred or banned for non-Hindus. But inside it, the atmosphere is of, outside is it, Pashupatinath temple, atmosphere is of febrile confusion, that is, there is complete chaos, there are hurried activities. Priests, hawkers, devotees, tourists, cows, monkeys, pigeons, and dogs roam through the grounds. There are so many beings who are roaming through the ground at this place when Vikram Seth has gone to Pashupatinath. He says there are priests, there are hawkers. Hawkers are people selling something on streets. Then there are devotees, the ones who have come to the temple to pray. Then there are tourists as well. There are many animals which include cows, monkeys, pigeons, birds also, as well as dogs. They are all roaming through the ground freely. Vikram says we offer a few flowers. They also show their respect to the shrine and they offer a few flowers. He continues with, there are so many worshippers that some people trying to get the priest's attention are elbowed aside by others pushing their way to the front. This shows the atmosphere of confusion. There are so many people inside the temple now that some are trying to attract priest's attention, maybe to seek blessings, and in this process people jostle. There are so many people that they elbow others aside. Elbow aside is they push them with the elbow in this manner and they themselves try to go to the front. Now when this process is happening, he says a princess of the Nepalese royal house appears. When there is a princess, everyone bows and makes way. By the main gate, a party of saffron-clad Westerners struggle for permission to enter. So many activities are taking place all at the same time. It is febrile confusion. It is no less than a confusing atmosphere inside Pashupatinath shrine. And when people are jostling with each other for space, there appears a princess from the Nepalese royal house, and when she appears, obviously people make way for her. They bow down and they give her space. And at this moment itself, at the main gate, there is a party. There is a group of Westerners wearing saffron clothes. They are wearing saffron colored clothes and they are struggling to get permission to enter.
Now, subscribe to Bright Tutee course at ₹1 per day only. Download Bright Tutee app from Play Store and get the online courses prepared by competent and experienced teachers for different education boards of classes 6 to 10. Bright Tutee courses are available for the subjects of Math, Science, Social Science, English and Hindi in English and Hindi medium. Bright Tutee follows 3-step approach, that is learning, assessment and exam preparation. In learning, topic-wise video lectures with explanation of concepts and discussion of textbook examples and questions are available, with the solutions. In assessment, topic-wise online MCQ test, practice assignments and chapter-wise question bank are available with the solutions. In exam preparation, previous year's question papers, sample papers and model test papers are available with the solutions. Sign up today on Bright Tutee and avail your courses at affordable prices.